Corey and Denise from Does Size Matter, and we're going to do another RV review for you today. We are at the Travel Land Supercenter on the Langley Bypass here in British Columbia. So we're going to talk about Canadian dollars, and we're going to do the Grand Design 311 BHS. This video is for LK, who was one of our viewers and commenters on the Reflection 367. That was looking for a bunkhouse, and she wanted that room for her child, but she didn't want quite as big a trailer. So we went looking for something smaller. This one is smaller in by about 4-ish feet than the 367, but we'll give you all the numbers at the end. There is one other one smaller out there, but we haven't found it. So we're going to keep looking, LK. But if you're also one of those people who's just looking for something a little smaller with a bunk room, maybe this will be the one for you. Also want to remind you, everything we're telling you is just based on mine and Corey's research, and everything that we do is just our opinion. We're having fun and showing you great trailers. Also, for those of you doing your own research, you want to check out the rvreviews.net link that's in the description, because that's where we get lots of unbiased research from, and you can too. We highly recommend you go check that out. Otherwise, you'll see in the end, we'll link to the nuts and bolts construction of the Reflection and maybe some other tours or maybe one of our adventures. So come along with that too. We're going to start by going around the outside, and then we'll go inside and we'll show you all the juicy details in there too. So let's take a look in the front here. Always on fifth wheels, you get this big space here. Notice that this one hangs on a clip. Different strokes for different manufacturers. Clips are not my favorite thing, but I don't know that magnets or anything really work well here. So what I do have to say is that I like that it's in the center and I don't have to try and do two of them at once. So I like that. You get quite a bit of space in here. It's lit. You can see your electric jacks here. You could put a generator, more batteries if you wanted a different solar system. There's all sorts of things you could do in this space. And if you look over here, this is your auto level system. So it's quite nice to, push a button and it gets all level for you, versus, putting it up on blocks and stuff. Oh, we have so much to tell you, folks. Anyhow, let's come around this side. You get actually 4 slides on this rig, 3 on this side and 1 on the other. This top one is a Schwintek, totally appropriate. The other 2 on this side are rack and pinions, also appropriate. I wanted to show you, well, let me go here first. What do we get for propane? So there's probably another one of those on the other side, so that would give you 2 30-pound propane. And what's in here? So this, okay, is more storage. So have a look. You can see through. There's also a spot where a little lower that you could put tools or hoses or things. And then this is your wet bay or utility bay or whatever you want to call it, the place where all the workings are. You've got your pump. You can have a outdoor shower system. What I like about Grand Design is the way they give you this little color-coded chart that says if you want it to work this way, you turn these things this way. If you want it to work that way, change those. A gray tank and black tank flushes. Now this trailer, I'm noticing, it says gray, gray, black for the valve pulls, but it's showing gray, black, black. I'm going to say on the day that this got manufactured, they maybe ran out of some grays. I don't know, because I'm more confident that this is right than this. So I think you got 2 gray tanks that you're pulling from and a black. You can put your things down through the bottom. They'll come out here so you can shut this. I also wanted to point out how this is on these little hinges here that doesn't hit anything. So it doesn't need to worry about magnets or anything like that. You do get a 50 amp hook up for power, and then what I wanted to show you was way up top. You know how I always love to have the covers over top of the slides. What I'm noticing is that each one of these slides has its own specific rain rail to move water and stuff away from the slide. That's thinking, right? I'd still like to have the cover because debris and things like that are still an issue, but it is a great way to prevent water from pooling. Okay, let me just say, water from the roof coming off will get pushed away from the trailer. Water that comes down on top of the slide is still going to be there, and that's why I would prefer the awning cover. So down here is a sewer connection, and that's what those valves will open up and drain. And then we've got the rack and pinions. They also have the stabilizer jacks there. You can see those. So come around here. We've got your city connection for water. And let's talk tires. These are the Endurance tire by Goodyear. Numbers ST235/80R16. That's what they are. So here's another jack and then another sewer connection with another black pull. So that's telling us we've probably got some kind of 2-bath setup or something like that. What I don't love about that is basically if you're stopped at a park and you're going to be there for a while, you got to have a connection and a connection that come to another connection that go to your dump. So that little Y section seems like a bit of a poop catcher to me, but I don't know. Maybe those of you who have that kind of system, because we don't, can tell us how that little Y system works for you. Like, does stuff get caught up in it? I don't know. And then another slide. And coming around to the back, couple of things to show you. Here you've got a receiver hitch. So whether you put some type of rack or bike rack or something, we would put a bike rack. And I'll see if I can figure out the weight rating on that. The other thing, way up high, is you get your backup camera. So that's pretty handy. Hopefully LK will, I know you're nervous, LK, about driving a big trailer, and I would be too. So, there's people out there that teach you how to do it. So look into that kind of thing, because you do want to be confident, but you'll love the backup camera. And you get your ladder for your fully walkable roof. And then what do we got here? Ouch. Okay, so the black stickers in the hot sun are actually hot to touch. And you get a big outdoor kitchen. Okay, you guys know that we're not into outdoor kitchens, but a ton of people are. So let's take a look at this. Quite a bit of storage. I don't know. There could be stacks of money up there and I wouldn't know it and would not get to have any of it because I can't see it. And there could be money all the way across and I still wouldn't know it. Nice doors though. Here is a nice amount of countertop with electrical and lighting, and I could drink almost, well, I couldn't get quite close enough to drink out of this tap, but yeah, it's pretty high for me. You do get an electric only refrigerator, but it's pretty nice and a decent size. You can fit a lot of stuff in there, which also does help to, if you get too full on the other one. What do we got here? Okay. 2-burner propane stove, so that's nice too. And another drawer. So that's great. I mean, lots of storage. I don't know, are we gonna ask the neighbor kid to come over and pull this down? Because we need a stool.
Do you want to stand on my back?
We might have to do that. I'm gonna let the salesman close this because there's no way I'm getting up there. So coming down the line, you do get an awning here on this slide. So this being your 4th slide is also a rack and pinion. There is electric here and cable. There is LED lighting in that nice awning. And then let's go down here and check out the front. There is another awning here because that one was looking a little small. So you're going to have two separate awnings, which helps because when that slide is out, it just brings the awning out further, right? Instead of having the part of your awning being taken up by a slide. So that's good. More propane here, I would assume. Yep, there you go. And then this should be the other side to that storage area, which has electrical and lighting. And I'm just seeing if there's any ducting in there. Yes, there is. So this is heated for you. Now, let's take a look at the stairs. These are the aluminum fold-up stairs. So they go, oh, and you see this? Oh, this is interesting. Take a good look at this, Corey. This is called a solid stance step stabilizer. So what they've done, because you know how sometimes on these kind of stairs that hang off, they're a bit shaky. So what this is doing is pulling out these little legs, and you can level it to whatever ground surface you're on, and it just makes that connection between the trailer and the ground. So that's new, but it's handy. I like that. They're always coming up with something. Okay, do we have a friction door? We do. You guys know I like friction doors. It also has the little clip though if you want to hang that up. And then your screen door self-closes. And your grab bar. And there's the window in the door too, which I like. Now, let's go inside and check it out. Ah, you know you're in the 2021 because the decor is already lighter. So there's a little bit of storage, but it's the fuse box. And this is, well, there's more lovely storage up there. But this is where your buttons and things are for your slides and all that. And I do like that they are there and behind this. They are reachable, but still a little bit high. I love when the fifth wheels have this extra countertop. Call it what you want, coffee bar, wine bar, whatever. This is not grout, which is fine. It's I just wanted you to know what the difference was, but it's like a one-piece plastic backsplash, which is great. You do have electric, and some more switches there. So you get a couple of drawers, that's decent. You get, oh, so this is the same amount of storage that was in that end cover. Really, it's just accessing the same space. And then there is 3 more smaller drawers here. And you might be asking, why the heck is this like this? Like, why not make these that size? Because this is all a slide that's going to come in. So they have to make space for that. And it works out fine. This is still lots of space. And you get giant fifth wheel style storage up there. What is it? So you get a USB charging station. This does have the solar prep roof mounted. So if you wanted to put solar in, you could. Dang, these are beautiful. But I need one of those sliding library ladders to get at them. Right? But they're nice. I get it. So then you get this awesome island, which is the thing these days in fifth wheels. Again, the solid surface counter with, what do we get? A one-piece, it looks like, stainless undermount sink. I prefer it to be divided, but it's perfectly fine. I love the covers. I like the high tap, which is also a sprayer. And you still get quite a bit of countertop space down here. Let me just show you what's in the island. There is a lot of space. That's what's in the island. Do whatever your heart desires. If you're one of those organizational people, imagine all the little shelving systems you can put in there. 3 drawers. So that's nice, and they're all wood on the metal gliders. And then we've got a big fridge, double door and double freezer. What you need to know about this though is that these are two separate freezer compartments. It doesn't go all the way through like the fridge does. But it's very nice. I can reach everything. It's tons of space. I'll figure out what the actual numbers are on that. And then let's move back over this way to the stove. I've said it once, I've said it twice. I'll say it again. I love this stovetop. This is the Furrion gas 3-burner. Has the oblong in it. It looks fantastic. I do have a friend who has it. I'll put a link to that video because we did an owner's perspective, and she has this stove and really liked it, so that's good enough for me. I'd like a little more countertop beside it, but at least there's some place, right? Electric, I like the window, and then the Furrion ovens, they just look so good. I'd like to hear anybody's thoughts on using it, because I mean, looks are one thing, functions another. It's not the hugest really, but I mean, it's pretty big this way and this way. It's just not huge this way, but I mean, you could definitely be baking and stuff in here. The pans would fit. Underneath you get a nice drawer, so I like that. And up above you get the convection microwave, which is really quite big. So you can, if you have an oven, you don't really need a convection microwave, but it does allow you to be cooking multiple things in different temperatures in ovens. So I guess if you don't have one, you need one or the other. If you're getting both, yay, good for you. So like that. Okay, here's the pantry. It does have a light in it, and these are all nice, and I can reach everything quite well there. And it's got that little bit of glass in the door, so that's good. The one thing down here, though, that I should mention is that all of this kitchen appliance stuff is in this slide. So when you're standing up here, it is possible that that could nick your toes. I suppose you'll get used to it, right? Okay, and then coming around, there's a nice mirror here so that you can check your hair and your lipstick before your hubby comes home. Does anybody do that anymore? Remember the old days when like home ec meant that you learned to cook and mix your husband a good drink? I still do mix my husband a good drink.
Where are those days? Where did they go?
Over to the entertainment center. Okay, I like all of this, right? You've got quite a bit of storage up here. Not that I can reach it, but isn't that the theme of a fifth wheel? And then in there is the controls. Big TV, or at least I think it's a big TV. And what's this? Oh, a little more storage. Quite a bit of storage, actually. That's good. And then my favorite thing, I love having a good fireplace. I mean, especially on a day like today, no. But, you know, often we're traveling in the fall and it's cold out, and we all know I don't like to be cold, and it really would be nice. I wish we had one. More storage, and a little more. Never get enough storage, right? And then over to the recliner chairs. So, you know, obviously nothing impeding your view. Got all the fancies, massage, heat, and recline. So that's good. You do get a window right here, which is a slider, which I like, and it's going to give you good airflow. This one's also a slider back here, and I like that. And then you do have down here on the floor, let's just show you that. You do have some carpet, which I don't really love because it carries on underneath the table too. But you get the good vinyl, so I'm liking that. Let's go take a look at this. Oh, I guess there's storage here too. We don't want to miss that. So that goes all the way through, no dividers. So even more. Lighting up here. The dinette. So it is the booth style with that great window. That's a beautiful window, and another slider here. So this is currently set up as though it were a bed, so you would just slide these cushions in here so you could sleep more. But the question is, do you really need to sleep more? Because I have a surprise down here. Let's go take a look. Come on. Through the little door at the end is a bunk room. A lot of bunk room, I might add. So you get a couch so the kiddios can be playing in here. Then this comes down as a bunk, and there's a window over there. And then I want to invite you in to show you all of this. Another bunk with window and storage, right? So there's closet space and floor space for shoes or whatever. You could put a TV of sorts or whatever in here, and quite a bit of drawer storage. So this was what I was thinking of for you, LK, because this would give you that extra room. And I know it might seem like, oh, I don't know about this and folding down and all that. These kinds of things can be modified and changed to fit what your needs are. If you don't need that upper bunk, then you don't need it. If you want to have a lower bunk, put one in. I'm sure that the couch does make out into a bed as well. And then over here is would be considered a ladder to go up there, but there's also electric in there, so you can put, you know, charging things or whatever the kids have. And then there's a door. Check this out. Another bathroom. So it's like an ensuite, right? Yeah, it's small, but it's for the kids. You don't have to share your bathroom with the kids. So the toilet, there's a small sink, there's a little bit of storage under there. There's electric, mirror, window. You could even teach them to clean their own bathrooms. Love it. Very handy. And if Bunkroom isn't what you were thinking of, this makes a great office, it makes a great craft space, it makes a great pet space. You might have to move some things around, but it's all very doable. Oh, as well, let's look up at the ceiling. You do get a vent, you get AC ducting, you get LED lighting. So all of those things are great. Can I trade you guys spots? I want to show you one other thing. First of all, I love the slider window, but just so you know, when the slide is in, what do you have access to in here? This is going to come in pretty close to here. So this will be the bed to use, or that one could be brought down to use, and then you would use these steps. You would not access that bathroom. So just so you know when the slide's in. Okay, so coming out here, I wanted to show you up into the ceiling. You've got speakers, LED lighting, AC venting. You've also got a vent over the kitchen area. You've got the lighting over the island, which is quite nice, not too blingy. And you've got heating ducting in the island as well. I wanted to tell you about that. Now let's talk about moving this slide in and that kitchen slide in and how much space you would have. And I think this one's going to come in mighty close. You might be able to open this door a little bit, but so you would be able to move like this, but I think that this is going to butt right up against the island. And I think this one's going to butt right up against the island. So coming in the door there, you are going to have access to the end of this sink. You're going to have access to one side of your fridge and the top of your freezer, and you'll have access to all of this area. But I don't think you're getting by it to go to the dinette, the living, the bunk room, or the pantry. Sorry. but I think that's going to be the way it is in here. But of course, if you're an owner out there and you know different, please put it in the comments so that everybody knows for sure. Now, let's go head up, because you would be able to get into the bathroom. So let's go check that out. Okay, so we got a decent sized bathroom. First thing, it's a swinger door, which isn't my fave, but again, like, you can't always get sliders or pockets in place, so it is what it is. There's plenty of room out here. Your vanity has a decent sized sink, and it does have some countertop space. This is not a solid surface, it's a laminate, but it does roll over and there are no seams. Switches, electrical, the mirror is at a good height for me and does have a little bit of storage, not a ton in there. And then if you're coming down, there is more storage on both sides of this. And you can also see at the bottom there some heat ducting, so that's good. And then you do have a fairly wide, if you need a wide toilet, porcelain foot flush towel rack, and another, I mean, it's not, I'd like it if it were a little lower, but probably the person sitting on the toilet wouldn't. And quite a bit of storage in there. Also looking up, lighting, LED, AC ducting, a vent. So that's all good. And then you get this nice rounded glass door shower, which is quite good. Oh, lots of space in here, around, up high. So this is a one-piece plastic surround over top of a base. Yeah, it's the standard. I mean, it's not caulked, but that's what they say it's supposed to be. So nice. And then coming around here, so this piece is in a slide and it goes between the bathroom and the bedroom to allow you great mirrors. So you can have hanging storage or shelf storage, and quite a large drawer. And then you're into the bedroom, which then allows it to carry on with even more of the same. Yep. And then it goes on up. So there is a step up here, so pay attention, people that are taller than me. You do get a shelf here with a window and a couple more large drawers. There's 2 of those. And so I took a step up to get to here. There's one more step right here, which really wouldn't be a bother, but you could step on it easily to make the bed. Just watch your back on that. This looks like a queen bed to me, but I will look for the measurements for you. You get a shelf here. You get a fabric headboard there, so that's nice. What do we got here? So more storage, and it does just keep going through with no dividers. You get some lighting here, and there's another little sort of cubby drawer, not a drawer, it's more of a door space there. I love these, you know I do, because that's the perfect nightstand in the perfect location. And there's electrical. Okay, that's what I was looking for. So really, I would have it all. There's also lighting up here and USB up here with the shelf. So that's all good. Now, this is good. Over here, same thing. Another one of those, and more electric, and the same thing there. If you are concerned about TV, there's a spot here for that with hookups in the ceiling. These are all slider windows, and you get LED, AC, and a vent up there. And the other thing that I'm noticing, just from this perspective, that you guys should see, just because I like it, is that this is a slider door. So it's attached up here, but it's on a slider, so you can completely shut the bathroom off. I am also noticing that the heating is in the floor here, And then I'm just going to lift this bed up and see what kind of storage is underneath there. Okay, so that's good too. All in all, this is pretty good space for a bedroom that has all the storage in a slide. So when that's brought in, that's fine. You can still use your bed completely, and you would just use the other door to the bathroom, so it's great. So that's that. Let's go take a look at the numbers next and see what else there is to learn. So last but not least, the numbers on the 2021 Grand Design Reflection 311 BHS. This is the bunkhouse model, as you can see, for LK that we did. And of course, if you've got anything you want us to look for, please let us know in the comments and we'll keep looking. You know we love to. And if we can help you out and get you into a rig, that would be pretty cool too. So what it is telling me here, that you have roof mounted solar prep. So it's prepped for all the solar and the roof mounting if that's what you're thinking about going to. 35,000 BTU furnace. It hasn't told me what the AC is, so if I can find out more about the AC, I will. It also is not telling me what the GVW and cargo carrying capacity are, so I will also see if I can look at that up for you. So the 311 BHS has a UVW of 11,185 pounds. It has a hitch weight of 2,180 pounds. It has a length of 36 foot 10 inches. So that is different than the other one that we did, which had been a 41 foot. So hopefully that helps LK out. And like I said, there is one more smaller that if we can ever find it, we will. These things are going like hotcakes. These dealers right now are selling more trailers than they ever have before, just on a side note. The height, 12 foot 3 inches, and the capacity of the tanks. You get a 60-gallon fresh, an 87-gallon gray, and an 87-gallon black. Now, those are combined, so because there was those different spots for them outside, and so I think those numbers are all of the tanks put together. So I will also look for the price because Garen, he's my man inside, has been helping us out, and he will have more information about that. So I will just include it somewhere in here for you. And hopefully you've liked this one. Give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit subscribe and click on one of these links at the end for Nuts and Bolts Construction, another tour, or come along on an adventure with us. We love having you along. Thanks for watching.